Welcome to Cabin Faith once again. Yeah, I'm out here in my backyard on the deck enjoying this beautiful evening and yeah, watching the acorns fall from our oak trees. To me, mid-August or mid to late August, the oak trees begin dropping their acorns, and to me, it's a wonderful sign that fall is coming and nature is preparing for winter. So you see squirrels gathering the nuts around, going crazy, and the deer feeding on those acorns as well, and a lot of wildlife kind of taking advantage of that. Well, let's talk about the oak tree, but in particular, let's talk about an acorn itself. See it right here? There's an acorn. You got it? Yep. Well, one of the things I like to do with our children, our faith formation, or even our Catholic schools, I like to show them an acorn. I say, what do you see? And, they're kind of looking at me. It's like, oh, don't you know what that is? And they say, well, it's an acorn. I said, really? Well, tell me what else you see. And they'll look at that thing and, oh, that's color. Yeah, it's brown, whatever. And I said, you know what I see? I see this great, big, beautiful oak tree that grows to maybe 100 feet tall, that spreads out its branches for birds of the air to make their nests and to provide shade for the weary and food for wildlife as well. And they say, really? Well, that's not far from the truth. You see, within an acorn contains the DNA and all the information that an oak tree needs to flourish and grow. And all it needs is the right environment, good soil, moisture, sunlight, and so forth. And nature takes its course. It begins to grow. When God looks at us, he sees something very special in us as well. Jesus often used images of the kingdom, and one of them was a seed. And in particular, he talked about a mustard seed. And he said it's the smallest of seeds, but it grows into the most biggest and beautiful of plants. And he's talking about the kingdom of God and how it can grow within us and around us, provided it's given the right environment. What's that environment for our faith? Well, it's prayer. It's going to church on a weekly basis. It's doing good for others. And that kingdom of God can grow in us as well. And it all begins at baptism. You see, at baptism, all the information we need, all the grace we need is given to us at that moment. And all it needs, the kingdom of God within us, is to have the right environment. And we can provide that if we live our faith well. So, and God can see great things growing in us if we have the faith to see that in ourselves too. Well, I'm out here again enjoying this beautiful evening and, watching the acorns fall. And we've got some tin-built sheds out here, and once in a while you hear them pop on the roof. And it's just a beautiful sign, one of those seasonal things that always reminds me of a fall yet to come. They say a mighty oak was once a little nut that held its ground. Huh? Think about that. I guess that gives new meaning to a Jesus nut. And maybe we can learn something like that from that. Maybe we should all be Jesus nuts somehow, and we too might grow into a mighty oak. I want to show you this oak tree behind me right here, right next to the cabin. Yeah, this tree has been around a long time. Let's see here, get this. Okay. Yeah, this oak tree it takes me at least 2 arm lengths to get around it, two big round arm lengths. It's about 3.5 feet in diameter. And I'm guessing it's over 200 years old, probably pushing 250 years old. And that's before any pioneers or settlers came along. It's even almost before our own nation was founded. So imagine the stories that this tree could actually tell if it could talk. And I think that's true for us. If we allow the kingdom to grow in us, imagine the stories of faith we can tell as well to our children and grandchildren and all our family and friends. So anyway, well, Father LeRoy Scheierl signing off once again, and let's keep growing, as I say, and become that mighty oak for the Lord, and stand tall and be proud of our faith and allow that faith to continue to grow and pass it on to others as well. God bless, and we'll see you again sometime soon.